Hello, athletes and fans of bodybuilding. Tarek Ogindi with the Mr. Olympia. I'm here with the legend Shawn Ray, the winner of the Arnold Classic, winner of the Ironman, many times at the Olympia stage, and also the legend Chris Cormier. Shawn, Hadi Choopan versus Derek Lunsford, Samson Dauda in third place.
Yes.
You know the sport better than anybody. What is going to happen at the 2024 Mr. Olympia?
That's the beauty of these shows, is you can't predict anything because none of these athletes by themselves are in control of the athlete. I'm not Nostradamus. I can tell you that of the athletes in the lineup, these are the three that we're probably going to get the first call out because it's a rubber match, right? So Derek obviously has the inside track being the defending champion. We always know the defending champion is the favorite. However, Samson's got a couple of shows going on before then. He's not going to be standing next to Derek. He's not going to be standing next to Nick Walker. He's not going to be standing next to Hadi. Oh, Hadi is going to the Arnold, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to be a nice precursor to what comes up in October. I don't like predictions, man. Too many things can happen. Look, Andrew Jack just pulled out of the Arnold Classic. Last year, Nick Walker pulled a hamstring. Shit happens in the real world. So on paper, those right now are our top three premier bodybuilders. That's probably going to be our top three when it comes to the Olympia, providing nobody gets hurt, injured, or sick. But I can tell you, the hardest thing to do is to go from the Arnold Classic to the Mr. Olympia and become Mr. Olympia. There's only been a couple of guys that did it, Dexter Jackson and Ronnie Coleman. Samson's got his back up against the wall, but what I like about Samson is he's up for the challenge. And to me, that tells me he's doing the business of bodybuilding, whereas Derek's going to be watching from the sidelines. Hadi Choopan has vengeance on his mind. He's beaten Samson Dauda. This is going to be, how do you say it? Is it Dauda?
Samson Dauda.
Dauda. Everybody comes up. Samson Dauda. You know they're coming for me, right?
Yeah.
Samson right now has a very good opportunity to send a very strong message in the Arnold, Ohio, and the Arnold in the UK. And right now, I think he is the front runner. Even though Hadi beat him in the past, it's tough to come back from losing. If anybody could beat Samson, Hadi's the guy on conditioning, but I just think Samson right now, for me, is the uncrowned Mr. Olympia going into October.
What do you say about the people who said that Nick Walker should have been or could have been the equalizer out of all three and probably would have had the more balanced of body fat, the tightest physique out of all three? What do you say about that?
What do you say about being second 22 times in your bodybuilding career? How many times should you think you would have won? This is what it is. It's all hypothetical. Yeah. Everybody wants to say, well, whataboutism. I hate the whataboutism. Nick wasn't there. And again, and
he's going to be in there next year.
Yeah, well, so he says. There's no guarantee, right? There's no guarantee that Nick Walker makes it back on that Olympia stage. Would we like to see that happen? Yes. Will he be as good as he was? We don't know. Right. We don't know, because if he does the same thing, the same result could happen. So I don't like whataboutisms. This hypothetical stuff about if this guy was there, if that guy was there. When you're there, that's where the rubber hits the road. I want to do this again in Las Vegas with you guys 24 hours before showtime, because then we're going to know what happens in Ohio. We're going to know what happens in the UK. We're going to know what happens with Hadi Choopan. Hadi may not even make it into the country for all we know. So there's too many variables going on. But this is one Olympia you don't want to miss, that's for sure.
A very cautious Shawn Ray, making very light predictions.
Yes.
But based on what I heard, Chris, he kind of likes Samson Dauda. Did you get the same impression?
That's exactly what I was going to say. And I feel like, and we all thought this also, if Samson was way harder than he was, let's say even 15% harder than he was at the show, he stand a chance of might have came away with the title this year.
Well, let me remind everybody that have very short memories. When Ronnie Coleman showed up in Helsinki in 1992, he was dead last. It took another 5 years for him to get close, beat Flex Wheeler, take out Kevin Levrone, and another year for him to become Mr. Olympia. Samson is not an overnight thing. He's a work in progress. And as big as he is, like Ronnie Coleman, it may take longer for him to hit that stride. He's getting hungrier and hungrier, and he's getting better and better, the same way that Ronnie Coleman did. If he pulls that off, he's our next Ronnie Coleman of the modern day era. I think Samson's capable.
We took the caution out of Shawn Ray. He's picking Samson Dauda to win the 2024 Mr. Olympia. If you follow Derek Lunsford, Hadi Choopan, and Nick Walker, go to Shawn Ray's Instagram and let him know the truth. My name is Tarek Ogindi with the legend himself, Ironman champion, Arnold Classic champion Shawn Ray, and the legend himself, Chris Cormier. We'll see you next time.